This will be the last video I'll ever do before I'll experience the Vision Pro. Feels awkward and bougie, but you have to believe in your dreams, and I'm excited to be here in Denver. Life is hard, but you have to do what makes you happy sometimes. I just moments ago did my first demo of the Apple Vision Pro, and I'm doing this video now on my phone, but in 60 frames per second. I normally do 30 frames per second for memory reasons, and I'm charging the phone. I have a limited memory, and I really want to just speak real quickly on everything. It's amazing technically. There's gonna be plenty of people do reviews and stuff on the technical specifications. I'm just gonna talk about how it made me feel. It made me feel very emotional, and it made me think of my mother a lot. We saw an Avatar movie, which reminded me of Fern Gully and Eve Gillespie, my first and only world's best girlfriend, and now world's best ex-girlfriend for like over 33 years, 32 years, something like that.
Doing okay, sir?
Yeah, I'm great.
Sounds good. Just charging up?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So I had to leave the Apple store. They didn't want me like videoing in there. I could kind of tell they were really polite about it, but I have low phone battery, low memory, and I don't feel very good. I really don't. It's been a tremendously hard last few days homeless, but I see over here Nordstrom's sign and store, and the founder said, leave it better than you found it, which is what I'm trying to do with like this whole experience of being homeless. And I want to say, I tell a confession, you know, my parents were pretty bougie and pretty selfish, I feel like, and when I became homeless, it started this whole YouTube experience. I really did it for, you know, to document what happens and to capture what I go through, and also did it for credibility, accountability. There are some reasons that might be important later, and then I wanted to also do it for a 7-year-old boy who wants to be a YouTuber. I may never get to meet him. But I also gave myself a very selfish, wide credit limit. This is probably something you didn't know. Maybe you thought I was just extreme, like I was like not in control. I always had the ability to not make a video. I always decided to post them. I know that. And you know, I'm a NTA 36, the Southern Prince right now, and I kind of wanted to I wanted to have so much bandwidth to just be angry and upset because I have no home. Not for sure where I'm sleeping again tonight. I think I probably know, but I'm not for sure. It's never certain. Let's go talk about the Apple Vision Pro though. So I give myself this like really, really wide credit limit on like, just don't get much rest. I don't get much security. I don't get much safety. I don't get much anything. I mean, we had a phone charger get lost the other day. I did, and we found it, but it was just like, these incredible things are so important when it's freezing outside and your phone doesn't hold charge. It has a large hole in the back. All of these things just culminate. It creates this avalanche of what you're seeing right now. But like, I have to kind of do, as a, I don't know, documentary maker, as a student of life, somebody that's going through this experience, I have to do, you know, my dad only works with the best stuff. Whatever's the best for him, he goes and handpicks it in New Jersey or wherever. And, you know, back to the Vision Pro. It made me think of my mother because when you're somewhere like the Apple store, I think about the Elon Musk quote, who's from South Africa, but he said, America is a nation of explorers. And, you know, even though I largely disagree with a lot of my mother's traveling, because I just feel like it was very selfish and strapped resources from the family and left us kind of in a position where we are now, and however unable that she is to help or unwilling, if you look at it from her perspective, you know, she did have this lifelong goal of visiting and seeing all of the world, and she did do it. She accomplished that dream. And I just wish, and I really feel like if, you know, I can imagine that if my mother had this technology with her when she was in Egypt and Switzerland and South America and all these places, I think that she would want to share it with us and be able. I mean, there was a part there where I was like in the Alps where my mother was in Switzerland also, and it just felt like I know that she would have wanted me to put this thing on and see exactly what she did, even if it was possible. If I was in the United States and she was somewhere else, she would want to share that experience in her better moods and times were better. So it made me think of like her when she was over there and feeling good. It made me think about this moment when I was in Caerphilly Castle in Wales, the only time I've ever been out of the country. And it also made me remember this moment right here, which is when my mother seemed to be at her best the last time. It was the tail end of 2007, and she was dropping me off at the airport, and she was so excited for me to go on this study abroad trip. And you can just see the warmth and, the overall exuberance she has there. She was excited for me. And it just didn't last. And it made me think about all that. One thing that I saw was Alicia Keys sang No One, that song. And she was right at me, like I could almost touch her. It made me think about the time my mom got me Alicia Keys concert tickets. I never went to the concert, nobody would go with me, and I really didn't want to go. She also forgot the birthday. It was like a 2 days later kind of thing. But that experience also, I was told that we could go to the moon. Like, it's a desktop background, but it's in 360 degrees. And that made me think of that video and the whole idea of, do you want to take your mother to the moon? It made me feel very emotional, and it made me feel very, sports are incredible. You're going to be amazed with sports. Wow, that is incredible. I'm not a sports guy, but like I would be with this. It just makes me think about, like, I just saw these, people that are just models or whatever that in the videos, but it made me think about, one big theme for me is always thinking about time, being a family leader and writing a letter in the future, 250 years. And just the experiences, people get older, and it's so lifelike, and it just really struck me a lot, because I thought about, like, what if I could go back in time and see my brother being born that day, or being at the beach and going skiing with David Levis's family. Just those kind of moments. Those are going to be possible now, and it's going to affect people because people are going to have death, and there's going to be divorces, and there's going to be things we don't like, but you're going to have these moments that are happy. And they're going to be so incredibly, as you can tell, it very touched me very much. I'm just going to go water and get some water and charge my phone and get on to where I need to be going. I really need to stop this video. I think I kind of said about everything I wanted to say. We saw a Super Mario Brothers movie. It was a 3D, or I did. I guess because the demonstrator was like right there, guiding me through it. He could see it on the iPad. But it reminded me of like playing Nintendo with my dad for the first time, like duck hunt, like with the gun. Like it's kind of like, it is really like you're learning how to use a mouse for the first time with your your hands. It was really incredible. It reminded me of a lot of those kind of experiences. I don't know, I'm kind of in a state where family's on my mind more than anyone would ever expect it to be at this point. You think about my 16 times higher likelihood of death. The videos I'm going to upload later today that you don't know about yet, or that you'll be experiencing about the same time as you get this one. It was a lot of how visually, and the auditory on it was really good too. Everything was perfect. It was $3,500. I wondered if Steve Jobs knew this was going to come along the way. How much did he know before he died? I thought a lot about mortality and the things that are really important in life. I thought about they're going to give birth on these things, like record it. And just all of those moments in life, the weddings, Imagine, looking at your bride 75 years into the future, 50 years in the future, and she's 19. She's really like 84. It's gonna be weird. It felt very George Jetson like. It was, I saw the potential, and I already saw vast potential, and I already wanted one, like, right away, of course, but I didn't know it was gonna get so emotionally. It's good, but it's also like, it's new millennium. We don't know what the side effects, or this is gonna affect the world in a major way. And I hear there's an Android version that's a little cheaper and stuff, but I had a best for nothing experience, and that was the best. And if you get the chance to try it out, I really hope you do. It'll probably make you feel some of the things that I'm feeling. Be best. Be blessed. I thank God that I finally found you. However that Casey and JoJo song goes. You know that one, All My Life? That song came to my head really quickly. I remember like when I first saw like a first cell phone. I want to say it was like at Therington Elementary, like in Area 2 above the slide, up at the top of a hill. It was like Tasha Collins who helped me in this experience of surviving. Tarika Smith, who I love. GC King, who I don't, me and Stephen met her trying to find out what happened to you. We don't know. But I remember like All My Life was playing, like I don't know, but like that song was probably playing on a boombox, but I saw like a Nokia phone or something. It reminded me of that. And Forever in Blue Jeans by Neil Diamond is a very important song to me. And when my mother finished her divorce, the first thing that we really did, I think it was like the first date me and her had, it was just me and her. Like a special occasion. This is like when she got me Abercrombie and Fitch here at the mall. Like 2 shirts, and I had to like wash them in the sink forever. And I think it was Sue Klein, my dad's in, who said that he did the best. And I'm just like, Mom, can't you be the best? Dad, why can't you? I don't know what to say on that. Just Bath and Body Works. Pretty sure Mom's thing was Sweet Pea. If I do want it, it's warm vanilla sugar. I've done that in like since 2009. But it's just been one of them days where it was like you see the beauty of life and you want to do what makes you happy. And what makes me happy is being selfish and spoiling the moment of time and space on this phone to do 60 frames per second to give you kind of like the best I can do right now. I'm going to be releasing a playlist and a video specifically for my family today. I'm the family leader, and I don't want to know if anyone else is doing the Apple Vision Pros. Your homework would be to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I need subscribers. Like I need a job, and I'm still working on that, but I have to navigate around the city to do temp agencies and do the same paperwork to get more back of what I already had. To go update the paperwork. It's incredibly hard. So these videos and the way they are, I don't have a lot of regrets because I will sharpen it up, and you'll see another version of a video today that I've also worked on, while also trying to manage how to put food in my body. You know, I can't focus on like, you know, I'm in a video, I'm very emotional, but it's a good thing overall. But it's a sad situation because I'm homeless. I have been, I think, for 516 days. I would like to look better and feel better, but how can I? I've got to go survive as soon as this phone gets charged. Forever Blue Jeans, and I did do a closing with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So we'll see what 60 frames per second on iPhone 12 mini, which is right now, and we'll cut to the end of the video. I've already done it. Back to the Future. And I pray that you feel the same way too. Technical things about the Apple Vision Pro, I thought a little too heavy. I thought they were a little too heavy. I probably wasn't wearing them the perfect way. My eyes, like learning to tap and do that kind of stuff, I had trouble getting the first picture to open. I did have trouble with that. Probably was a new experience, but I was also thinking a little bit at the very start. It seemed like it got better overall. At the time, it felt like it was just a little bit blurry. So like it should have been more crisper. And I think that's, I used to have prescription glasses. I lost those before I went homeless. I'm doing all I can. But I did have a video where I do go already. It's already up, where I'm talking about I went to Lens Crafters and I found out I can get a 1 hour vision somewhere and get with Medicaid. I can get a new eye exam. Like, you want me to worry about work all the time, which I am. More than any money. I don't want to talk about it, but I care about the immediate short-term things like work because it's essential to getting a place, but I also care about my eyesight because I want it to be the best it can be, for as long as it can be. For things like that, I have to worry about how I'm going to get an eye exam on Medicaid. I have to believe one day I'll have Apple Vision Pro. If I don't believe it can happen, it never will. If I turn 50, I plan to be town and country. This is so weird because I'm on the demo of the Vision Pro. First time experiencing it is going to be in a few minutes. Our best days are forever in blue jeans, and they still lie ahead. This is the effect of the live photo available on most modern iPhones. You may have ran across this feature, and what I wanted to try to demonstrate and discuss with you is basically homelessness in America hurts America. That's one statement. The other is I've run across a lot of other homeless people, and I've discovered that many times the family that they come from is harboring some dark secrets. When I returned back to West Virginia to try to escape homelessness about this time last year, I found out that my father was leaving me in a place I'd never been before. These pictures of me dancing are at the home where he made me homeless before in 2016. And he did not have water running in that home and thought that was okay, but then was having sleepovers with a 7-year-old boy of immigrant parents who he also denied me to ever talk to, and there have been no answers. It does not seem likely that what I was hoping for at the time while dancing, that I might have an arrival of a 7-year-old half-brother. It doesn't appear that that is the case. When I'll tell you about my mother is that when she returned back from Switzerland in 2021, she told me she could not remember anything that happened before 2020. I believe she was 62 at the time. Kind of odd. Very heartbreaking. She can't remember 9/11 or my middle name. And then I'll just want to demonstrate some of the dangers with the Apple Vision Pro. This is an immersive 360-degree experience with like more pixels than an IMAX theater. It's extremely lifelike. It's very, I can see inherent danger, and how can this thing be used in a safe way? Or I'm just afraid of what I want to also tell you is my father had a quadruple open heart bypass surgery in 2019, and after he went to January 6th at the Capitol insurrection, we didn't talk for 2 years, and then I was immediately kind of wedged with him in a cabin that I'd never been to, and then he left me to go have a sleepover with a strange individual. It just never made any sense, and it never has come to any sort of closing, and it's just like this, what we're seeing is this jagged back and forth. It kind of erases a human element that is very indicative of a lot of characteristics I see with my family at large. I'll just put it that way. These are all frightening things that I have to, somehow resolve without having the support of my family and also dealing with the world right in front of me. The reason I'm homeless for this long, 516 days, essentially is I want to be in a place where I want to be, and I will not sacrifice my integrity for someone who has none, which is exactly what my father did on January 6th and what brought me to have inherent threats and fears about becoming homeless again. It did take a year and a half for that to happen because I worked hard. And during the same time, my mother tells me she can't remember anything, but purchases a home while I'm housing insecure. So this is probably the saddest Apple Vision Pro video ever, but I just wanted to tell you what was up with me and this experience today. Homelessness in America hurts America, and it just ruins like everything.